Very well, very well. Honorable Chair, if the committee would permit me, I would like to tender the documents submitted by the witness.
Very well.
And I would also ask that the Secretariat present the witness with a list of the documents, confirmation of the same. Mr. Janneh, you may go by the list. I believe it will be more expedient if we go by the list than singling out each document.
Okay.
Honorable Chair, as the witness is identifying the documents, and just to be clear, Mr. Janneh, you need not identify them all. You could identify them from the list of documents provided to you. If you're satisfied with the list.
Okay, not only the list. I have to look at the, for instance, I already have a query. I see here on the list supplement A to the Gambia table. Oh, I see. Okay, it's on the side. All right.
At any point, if you need assistance from your aide, he can approach you at any time.
Yes, it's all right. I've now seen it. Yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that supplement A deals, it's supplement A has all the accounts of Yaya Jammeh, and it's written there.
By supplement A, you mean the legal notice, number 15 of 2017?
Yes.
Which the committee has identified as SBS2.
SBS2, yes. It's
Correct.
there written.
Indeed.
Okay.
So we would proceed then. And,
no, I wanted to explain.
At this very juncture, you need not explain. We wish to admit the documents. You will have ample opportunity to explain. If you could allow us
I'm sorry to say that once you admit the document, then it is as if what I later knew to be the fact that there was another schedule of properties which never appeared in the Gazette, and it does not appear in the Gazette. That's a crucial fact.
Yes, and you will have ample time to explain that away. It is not an issue at this time. At this very moment, we wish to tender the Gazette as a document that you presented.
Yes.
And I don't believe it's in dispute that you did present the Gazette.
No.
Honorable Chair, on that note, I would apply that the documents tendered by the witness, rather submitted by the witness, be tendered in this manner. From SBS 1 to SBS 1 being the statement accompanying the documents, SBS 2, or rather SBS 1A, being the supplementary statement taken by the investigators for the Select Committee, which will be later added to the list of documents. I acknowledge that it doesn't feature in the list of documents now. SBS 2, which is the legal notice number 15 of 2017. And then we move on to 3 volumes of documents. The first being marked SBS O for SBS orders. And it's a series of documents from 1 to 23. And then the second series is a series marked SBS C for correspondences. It's a series of documents from 1 to 45. So that is SBS C1 to SBS C45 in chronology. The third series is marked SBS FD, representing SBS further documents, which is marked from series 1 to series 22. And though that would form part of the evidence submitted by the witness. If the chair is satisfied, I wish to proceed with questioning.
That's fine. Thank you.
I'm grateful, Chair. Mr. Janneh?
Yes.
As the chair had mentioned in his opening statement, our session today would focus on the establishment of the commission. The committee would like to get an understanding of what occurred when the commission was set up. And on that note, my first question would be, if the government of the Gambia, through any ministry, had contacted you prior to the establishment of the commission to discuss issues pertaining to an impending commission.
Definitely, I can't remember that. Because what I consider to be the establishment of the commission is the issuance of the commission by the President of the Republic of the Gambia.
Very well.
Before then, I had a discussion, of course, with the Attorney General as to my willingness to be appointed chairman of the commission.
And those are the conversations that we are interested in. How did they come about? Who initiated it?
It was the Attorney General, personally, whom I know very well, who initiated the whole thing as far as I am concerned.
Thank you, Mr. Janneh. And when you say Attorney General, who are you referring to? Who was the Attorney General at the time?
Mr. Ba Kambili. Is it okay? Sorry, can you say it again? Because
Indeed, I can.
mhm.
Upon establishing the commission, did you undergo any briefing from the government as to the expectations of the commission?
Oh yes, I definitely remember again talking to Batamedu. Not alone, but with my other two colleagues. I want to make it clear here. Maybe we can say the commission, understanding that the name is very long. Now, I want to make it clear because there is a great misunderstanding. That's why I want to make it very, very clear that you have a commission of inquiry. And that commission of inquiry has only 3 commissioners. And that can be verified from SBS2. That is the Gazette itself.
Indeed, in clause 1.
Sorry, clause 1.
That is on the second page.
Yes. Where it is made absolutely clear that the commission of inquiry shall consist of Surahata, yes, Janneh, Abiose, George, and by Masin. And these are the ones I recognize to be the commission and no one else.
Indeed, Mr. Janneh.
Yeah.
And in fact, clause 1 goes on to say in subsection 2
Yeah.
that Surahata B.S. Janneh,
Surahata, sorry, not Surahata.
my apologies,
Yeah.
Surahata, that is, right?
Yes.
So in subclause 2,
Yeah.
it goes on to say that Surahata B.S. Janneh
Yeah.
shall be the chairperson of the commission. Isn't
Yeah.
that so?
Indeed.
Well, aside from the legal notice, putting the legal notice aside,
Yeah.
were there any other briefings in your recollection?
I remember very, very clearly. It was very clear because we had several meetings, with the Attorney General, and I believe he was supported by the Solicitor General or somebody in his office. And these meetings were held in his office. Now, I remember one meeting where not only the commissioners, but those supporting the commissioner, namely the lead counsel and the secretary. And I'll also, before I continue, I would like to remind the committee that
I believe what you're looking for is
no, the last page, well, I can't see the pagination.
it's page 4,
But
clause 5 and 6.
yeah, I don't know why it is not paginated here. Anyway, maybe it's just the photocopy. What you say is page 4, is it?
Yes, and to save you time, we would definitely note, the committee would note that the secretary was appointed in clause 5, and the appointment ought to be made by the president,
Yes.
and the lead counsel was appointed under clause 6, an appointment to be made by the Attorney General.
That is the point I want to make.
Indeed.
These are the people I call the supporting officers.
Indeed. What the committee is interested in is...
And I want to continue. I just want to make this clear for everybody to know.
As you will.
But I'll continue. On the question of whether we had a meeting after the commission was issued.
The focus is not quite on the happening of the meeting, but the occurrence, what occurred in the meeting, the agenda of the meeting.
Yes, the agenda.
Indeed.
Okay. What I remember is that these were just preliminary. And the most important point was that, unlike, for instance, of course, the TRRC came after us. But unlike the TRRC, with its own act and budget, there was no thing called the Janneh Commission Act or a particular act. This commission, never ever. We went by the Commission of Inquiry Act 1903. It was a general act for all commissions of inquiry. That is very, very important. Whereas, this is by way of contrast, the TRRC Act was an actual act of parliament setting out everything that the government and parliament wanted. So we had to depend for our mandate on three things. That is the Constitution, Section 202, etc. That's number one. Number two, the Commission of Inquiry Act 1903. I'm not making any mistake. Some 100 years ago. And this, the TOR. So we had to sit down, all of us, that is the three commissioners, the secretary, the legal, the lead counsel, and I think it must have been the Solicitor General. I'm not sure. I can't remember. And it was made clear to us that we would have no budget of our own. No budget. I think you'll remember that the TRRC has its own budget. We were not to spend any money, and we had to be completely dependent on government for our any money being expended.
So, Mr. Janneh, we'll come to that. I'm very interested in your interdependency with the ministry,
yes,
especially with regards to finances and budgeting. However, for now, the committee would like to know whether in that meeting the scope, function of the commission was discussed to the extent where it furthers whatever was detailed in the legal notice 2017.
I don't quite understand the question. Can you repeat?
In that meeting,
yes,
Mr. Janneh, that you refer to, where yourself, your fellow commissioners, lead counsel, the secretary, and a team from the NOJ, forming the Attorney General himself, and probably, in your words, the Secretary General, sorry, the Solicitor General rather. Aside from the fact that there were issues, I would say, with your budgetary interdependence with the ministry, that was perhaps an agenda of the meeting. apart from that, you also spoke about the governing tools. You gave us 3 instruments that would govern the operations of the commission. The committee would like to know whether, beyond what is entailed in these 3 instruments, was there any further discussion as to the scope and function of the commission or commissioners in that meeting, beyond the scope of legal notice number 15 of 2017?
Not really, no. Everything dependent on the 3 instruments I talked about.
Thank you, Mr. Janneh. Yeah. What about the interrelationship between the Commission and the Ministry of Justice? Was there another document aside from the 3 instruments that spelled out the relationship between the Commission and the Ministry?
I can't remember that.
That's fine. With the benefit of the legal notice before you, that is our SBS 2, for the record, how did you interpret your role as chairperson?
My role?
Indeed.
Well, there too,
if I can lend some context to my question, if I will, was your role perhaps more of an administrative role, or was it supervisory? Was it judicial in any way, or was it a combination of all?
When you say your,
as chairperson, your role as chairperson.
Okay, then we have to refer to this document. It is very important that in SBS 2, that is where you have the...
Indeed, if I could help, Mr. Janneh, it would be entailed in clause 2.
Sorry?
On the second page, clause 2. I believe that is what you are looking for.
Clause 2. No, that's not what I want to state. What I want to state is that...
As you please.
There is nothing in SPS 1. That is the TOR, which says that the chairman has a special rule, except that he chaired the commission. But of course, the interpretation, as in all organizations, when you have a chairman and there is voting, then the chairman naturally would have the casting vote, even though that is not stated here. Again, it is exactly, I believe, because I have not seen any other, it is exactly SBS 2. It is exactly the same SBS 2 that was written to each and every commissioner. No special rule appears in SPS 2, except the role of being the chairman. So the chairman never had any special power. We were all equal, and I was the chairman. So we decided to act by consensus and not by voting. And I will tell you that I cannot remember once when we disagreed to the extent you know, I am, and it is not stated there, but I am a lawyer. Two years ago. There is and it, and a lady too. Very happy about it. I was very happy when that was the case. He was a professional accountant. So naturally, when we have discussions and it concerns accountancy, she would lead. Not that we will all accept what he or she told us, no. But being more knowledgeable in that particular subject, that's for example, Abby was a judge, the accountant would lead on it, give us a lot of knowledge, and then we discuss on the matter according to our own understanding and knowledge of things, knowledge of the world, and so on. That is the same with other things, like banking, for instance. And then when it came to matters of law and so on, of course, I would prevail, if you like, except that we have a legal advisor, that is the lead counsel. And we all respected her input. That's Ami Bensouda. The secretary would be there, of course, to record. And later on, the secretary was assigned certain duties. That is how we work.
That is fine.
I just wanted to explain exactly how.
That's fine. The committee has definitely got the picture.
Yes.
If we could circle back to your role as chairperson. Now, indeed, you have made clear that, to your mind, the role is not distinct from any other commissioner, save for in terms of voting. Is that right?
Sorry, that's my...
Your role as chairperson did not quite differ from your two colleagues.
Exactly.
Save for when it came to voting. That is perhaps when your role had some privileges to it.
But I have already explained that I do not believe we ever voted.
I understand.
So we acted through consensus.
I understand.
Yes. But if you are talking generally, yes.
So can you draw the distinction between how a consensus agreement would come about as opposed to voting? Would, if at all, you did mention that at times there would be disagreements. And if those
discussed.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. And if those disagreements arose, would the consensus mean that one or two of you would have to amend their position? Elaborate on that.
Yes, I mean, it's simple. Really. We are there, the three of us. I already explained to you that depending on the subject matter, one of us would prevail on that particular point. But then you discuss, you disagree here or there, and so on. And then on that particular point, well, you may be more convinced by your colleague or by another colleague, and you submit. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Janneh.
Simple as that.
Thank you. Honorable Chair, I would like to present to the witness MOJ DC and MOJ 3A, 3C, and 3D. And for the benefit of the witness, I would present these exhibits to him. However, before I do, just for the record, MOJ 3D is the appointment letter for the chairperson, Surahata B.S. Janneh. Did I say it well this time? Yes. MOJ 3C by Mas Sen. And MOJ 3A, Miss Abiosi George. If the Secretariat could assist, present these exhibits to the witness.
Thank you.
Mr. Janneh,
Yes.
what you are looking at?
Now I've looked at one page. I'm looking at the other.
Okay, I would afford you
Yes.
a few seconds to peruse all documents.
Yes. Yes. I've read.
Yes.
One was the I think you mark it. All right. You are going to mark it later as an exhibit. Anyway,
It's marked.
it's marked already.
It's marked already.
All right. Exhibit 1. Sorry, Exhibit 4.
What are you referring to as exhibit 4?
Sorry?
Perhaps you can indicate what letter
Yeah,
that is, to whom it's addressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one was addressed to me.
For the record, that's exhibit MOJ 3D.
Exactly. All right. Okay, and I see also MOJ 3A. MOJ 3A addressed to Abiose George. And both letters were signed by Cherno Marena, Solicitor General, and Legal Secretary.
Indeed.
Yes.
So, Janneh, I would want to look at these 3 letters. Perhaps.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. There is a third one.
There's a third one. However, the contents of the third one, the contents of MOJ 3C and 3A
Yes.
are exact, save for
By mass. Yes.
save for the address.
Okay.
And there's a slight difference between the 2 letters. If you look at paragraph 3,
3.
rather the second
That is the
paragraph.
letter addressed to me and the letter addressed
Yes, both letters.
to by mass.
Yes, all 3 letters. We focus on the second paragraph.
Is that? I am pleased to inform you.
Yes, please read that out, if you
Okay,
may.
that is mine. The one addressed to me. I am pleased to inform you that the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, acting under Section 222-2001 of the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia, has appointed you as commissioner in the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activity of public bodies, enterprises, and offices as regard their dealings, etc. You are further designated as the chairperson of the commission. Okay? Kindly familiarize yourself with the terms of reference. Okay, that's fine.
Before you go on to the next,
yes.
The committee is interested in the paragraph that begins with kindly. It says kindly
familiarize yourself with the
commission's terms of reference.
Yes, as a guide to your work.
Indeed.
Yes.
Can we move on to one of the other two, either one?
Yes, one, yes. This is the one addressed to.
There's a similar paragraph.
Let's take this one, what I've read before. The one addressed to Abiose George.
There's a similar paragraph beginning with kindly.
Kindly, yes. Kindly familiarize yourself.
Could you read that for the committee?
Kindly familiarize yourself with the Commission's terms of reference attached herewith and your TOR as a guide to your work.
Can we, for the sake of the record,
yes,
I would reflect to you, and perhaps you can confirm that the contents of MOJ 3A and 3C,
sorry, sorry. Is it okay now? All right. So, yes?
Yes. To confirm for the record,
yes,
the contents of MOJ 3A and MOJ 3C are exactly the same, save for the address. One being for Mr. Baima Sen,
yes,
and the other being for Ms. Abiose George.
Correct. Yes.
However, between those two letters and the letter addressed to yourself, there is a fundamental difference. Well, not quite fundamental, but there is a difference nonetheless, that you read. And the difference, as you can confirm, is that for the other two letters, there is reference to an attached TOR.
Yes.
And for your letter, no such attachment is alluded to.
Yeah.
Could you comment on that?
Well, it is exactly as it is. Yeah. With the two letters, TOR is attached. But with sorry. Oh, you are talking about this, the second paragraph, is it?
Yes, the second, it should be the second paragraph.
Where you have the difference.
The paragraph that begins with kindly.
No, kindly, that's the fourth, that's the third.
Indeed,
now,
the third.
And very short too. Kindly familiarize yourself with the Commissioner's terms of reference as a guide to your work. Now, that compared with the kindly in the letter written by the other two commissioners, kindly familiarize yourself with the Commission's terms of reference attached. I see. So the only difference I can see here really is, whereas in the other two, they talk of the Commission's terms of reference as being attached, it does not state so in the one addressed to me. That is the difference I can see, unless you point out another difference.
Yes, if I may point out that in the other two letters,
yes,
two documents are referred to: the Commission's terms of reference as well as the individual commissioner's terms of reference. Isn't that the case? And reference is being made to an attachment which would be the individual's terms of reference attached.
Well, so it seems, yeah.
So there are two documents referred to in the other two commissioners.
Yeah.
But in our letter, only one document is referred to.
Yeah.
The document asks that you familiarize yourself with the general mandate of the commission.
Yeah.
Were you ever furnished with a TOR, a terms of reference, as chairperson?
Not a particular. I've already said so. That if you talk of a particular, no. This is the one that I have.
From those two,
sorry?
from the two letters
Yeah.
of the other two commissioners,
Yes.
it is clear that a TOR personal to the other two commissioners was indeed issued to them from that letter.
Yeah.
Isn't that so?
Yeah. Well, so it seems, as I said.
Were you ever privy to any of those?
Yeah. Any other term of reference with regard to the other two?
Indeed.
Definitely not. No. Not at all.
All right. We would move on from that. If the Secretariat could kindly collect the exhibits back. Mr. Janneh,
Sorry. Yeah.
prior to the establishment of the commission,
Prior.
prior to the establishment of the commission,
Yeah. By the establishment, you mean the issuance by the President of the
of
Republic?
the legal notice, yes.
Okay. The legal notice.
Yes.
All right.
Prior to the issuance of the legal notice,
Yeah.
the legal notice thereby establishing the commission.
Mm-hmm.
The government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Justice, approached the High Court through a suit filed in May 2017. The parties in that suit were the Attorney General and Yawa AJJ Janneh. Are you aware of that suit?
I can't remember that.
Perhaps if
Concerning, can
It is
you
a-
help a bit? I mean, what did that suit concern?
I will ask that the Secretariat
Yeah.
furnish you with a copy, but I will also go on to dilute the issues in the suit.
Yeah.
The suit, just give it. The suit filed in May 2017 was the government's attempt, having received reports from different institutions as to financial mismanagement of the former regime. The government sought an order to preserve all the assets that were subject to that mismanagement, or that were the subject of those reports. Would you recall any such order?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the content of it. Okay, I would like to believe that I saw this order only by deduction. You see, in this, the order, what the exhibit MOJ 5A. All right. You will see in the content, lands owned by Yaya Janneh. And then you will see also account controlled by Yaya Janneh. Now, in fact, I've already explained that in this other exhibit, that is SBS 2, you do have the account control by Yaya Janneh as a schedule, full, it's about 80 accounts owned by Yaya Janneh. That is here. But you do not have land owned by Yaya Janneh attached on the same as a schedule of the MOG 2.
That is understood.
Because I said by deduction, I might have received it. Because I know that I saw land owned by Yaya Janneh elsewhere and not here. So it is quite possible that I saw this document.
In fact, if I can...
That is, by document I mean
MOJ 5A.
Yeah, it's quite,
indeed,
quite likely, yes.
In fact, that document, MOJ 5A, was an order sought by the government through the Ministry of Justice to prepare the ground for the commission.
Well, I don't know that. But it's possible.
You acknowledge that the annexure to the order is similar to the annexure to Legal Notice 15 of 2017, with extension, of course.
With the what?
With a few more assets included.
It's similar only to the extent that it contains a schedule for the accounts in banks. But it never had a schedule for the land purportedly owned by Yaya Janneh.
But when you say it never had the schedule of the land, you mean the legal notice never had the schedule of the land. But the order contains the schedule with lands owned by Yaya Janneh. Isn't that so?
Sorry?
MOJ 5A contains a schedule or an annexure that itemizes the lands purportedly owned by...
No, not the land, the account in the banks. This document here.
I'm referring to the document on your right.
Yes. This one.
Did that document contain including the land?
Both schedules. This one.
But
this one contains only one schedule.
Fine.
Yeah.
Mr. Janneh, I would like to look at the contents of MOJ 5A.
Yes.
when one goes through the order of the court, it was indeed an interim injunction.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it had elements of a freezing order, freezing certain bank accounts.
Well, as I say, I have not read it thoroughly, but I believe so. It's an order.
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
if we could give the witness 2 minutes to
Yes.
peruse.
Or even less than that. Maybe.
Indeed.
That's okay. Yeah, let me. At the question, just a moment.
Before the establishment of the commission,
the issuance of the
the legal notice.
commission. No, I'm talking of the commission of inquiry itself.
Yes.
Before the commission of inquiry itself was issued by the President of the Republic. And I think there is a time that the order was made in, it must be noted, in May, 22nd of May, 2017.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Honorable Chair, with the assistance of the Secretariat, I would also like to show the witness MOJ 2.
Yeah.
For the record, Honorable Chair, MOJ 2 is quite similar to SBS 2. However, MOJ 2 is a copy of the legal notice number 15 of 2017, a certified copy submitted by the Ministry of Justice. And SBS 2 is the same document, purportedly,
Okay.
submitted by the witness.
Yeah.
So, Janneh, I would like you to look after the last page of the last pages of the legal notice itself. So the first page, the first annex.
The last page of the legal note, or the last annex.
The first annex.
Oh,
That
the
is
last page
after the last page of the
first annex.
legal notice.
Okay. Oh, there is an annex. Okay. Apart from those schedules.
The schedules is what I'm referring to.
Oh, the schedule.
The schedule,
Right.
yes. What is the first schedule on MOJ2?
Land owned by Yaya.
Indeed. Can you confirm that that is a schedule to legal notice number 15 of 2017?
Yes. But it seems as if maybe it was revised. All right.
Could we look at the last page of the document?
The last page of the document. Oh, sorry.
The last page of the, I believe after the schedule
of the entire
document.
Oh,
Indeed.
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
What does it entail?
So, it states at 7, at paragraph 7, police officer. Is that the page you are talking of?
What, at the foot of the document, what does it state?
At the foot. Printed, you mean printed by the Gabriel printing?
Is there a date at the foot of the document?
Yes. Not a date at the foot. Well, what I see here is 04.
Perhaps at the end of the document, not the foot.
Oh, you're talking of the date,
date.
12th day of July, 2017.
Is that the date on?
Oh, it's not at the foot.
That's fine. I beg to be corrected. There is a date nonetheless.
The date before Adam Abaro.
Indeed.
Yes, there is a date there, 12th of July, 2017.
And it's purportedly signed by Mr. Adam Abaro, that is the President, His Excellency. Is it signed?
Well, unless the signature I see there is...
It's faint.
But because, remember, I see here, you can see it yourself, certified true copy. Certified true.
Certified true
But
copy.
the signature of Adam Abaro, I don't know.
Indeed. But you do confirm that the document is dated the 21st of July,
2017.
2017.
Yeah. And this document is a certified true copy.
Indeed.
And I do not know I see a signature, but I do not know that that is the signature of Adam Abaro.
I'm satisfied with that.
Maybe the person who certified it signed it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Let's move on to, for reference purposes,
Yes.
if we could use MOJ 5A together with MOJ 2.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
For the purposes of MOJ 5A, Mr. Janneh,
Sorry.
that is the injunction,
Yes.
and I have had opportunity to peruse it.
Yes.
We do confirm that it was the government's attempt to preserve what would later be the very mandate of the commission, to look into those very assets.
I've already explained that the mandate is extensive. Yeah. There is a mistake when people equate the mandate of the commission with the TOR. In fact, the TOR is only part of the mandate. You see, let me just explain.
As you explained, Mr. Janneh, the committee would benefit from context to refer to the document so that we are following your distinguishing the TOR and the mandate.
Yeah. The mandate I've already explained what the mandate is. And what, for instance, is in the Constitution, because I've said that Section 202 in the Constitution is where you have the primary mandate of the Commission, because the Constitution is supreme. There was a time Parliament was supreme. There was plenty of talk of supremacy of Parliament in England as well as in the Gambia, when we didn't even have a constitution, because we we acted in accordance with the colonial power. But now, since the Constitution of the Gambia is supreme, Parliament cannot do anything that is against the Constitution, because it's null and void, and to no to no effect.
That is understood, Mr.
That is why I am saying the mandate is very different from the TOR. TOR is part of the mandate, and also the Act of Parliament is there since 1903. It is part, anything there is part of the mandate, because it has not been cancelled, unless what is in that act contradicts the Constitution. Because I have already explained that this Constitution is supreme, the supreme law of the land.
Thank you,
my
Mr.
stand on this.
For the purpose of illustration,
Yeah.
could you guide us as to what you refer to as the mandate of the Commission in the Constitution and vis-a-vis the TOR of the Commission?
Yeah.
Do you need a copy of the Constitution? Did you, or are you accompanied by?
Well, I brought it. I think I brought it. Look at it. Please, hang on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's get it. Oh, here, good. Right. Right. Now, yes, I've got the book. I mean, what's the question?
The question is to guide the committee as to the mandate of the Commission vis-a-vis the TOR of the Commission. Your position, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the Commission would find its mandate in Section 2021 and would find its TOR in Clause 2 of the legal notice.
Yeah.
Kindly put us through.
And never forget the Act itself.
The Act as well.
Wherever it does not contradict the Constitution, it is existent. All right, but now we deal with the Constitution. It starts with with 200, Section 200. Okay, where it simply says the President may, whenever he or she deems it advisable, issue a commission appointing one or more commissioners and authorizing such commissioners to inquire into the conduct of any public officer, the conduct of any district sefolu, the conduct or management of any department or authority of the public service or any local authority or public enterprise any matter whatever arising in the Gambia in which an inquiry would, in the opinion of the President, be for the public good.
So, Janneh, I believe that is fine. You need not exhaust the whole provision.
Yeah.
From the provisions, the dictates of Section 200, as you have read,
Yeah.
to my mind, Mr. Janneh, would be a general provision as to the issuance of a commission or the establishment of a commission.
I prefer the word issuance because that is what is in the Constitution.
Indeed.
And I seem to see a difference between issuance and establishment. But I'm just
That is perfectly
my
fine.
own point of view.
Indeed.
Yes, all right. So what is the question?
The question is, to my mind,
Yeah.
Section 200 seems to detail out the general powers of the President as to issuance of commissions of inquiry in general.
Yeah, I agree.
Perhaps if I may direct you to Section 202.
202, yes. Functions and
provides-
powers.
Indeed, which provides for the functions and powers of commission.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading out Section 202.1,
2021.
1A and B?
A commission of inquiry shall make a full and impartial investigation into the matter in respect of which the commission is established. B. Furnish in writing a report on the results of the inquiry, including a statement of the reasons leading to the conclusions of the commission. Yes.
Again, to my mind, Mr. Janneh, this Section 202 spells out the general functions of what a commission of inquiry ought to be set up to do in general terms.
Yes.
I would also like to refer you to the Commissions of Inquiry Act, as you had previously referenced.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the Act handy?
No, unfortunately, that was not done.
We will provide a copy for.
Very well.
However, in the meantime, I would like to put a proposition to you that pursuant to Section 200, accompanied by Section 202.1, accompanied by the provisions of the Commissions of Inquiry Act, specifically Section 2, subsection 2, which you have the benefit of reading to the committee. The body of laws facilitates for the President to issue a commission and specify its mandate. And that mandate can only be found in the legal notice establishing the commission. Would you agree with that?
As I said, everything in the Constitution,
Speak to the mic, Mr. Janneh.
everything in the Constitution prevails, even against what the President of the Republic believes or thinks or writes, including the TOR. Anything, everything that exists,
So,
the Constitution prevails.
Mr. Janneh, I
Nothing is excluded.
unequivocally agree with you
Yes,
to the issue of hierarchy. When it comes to hierarchy, I agree with you unequivocally that it is first the Constitution, and then consideration would be given to the Act, and then consideration would be given to the legal notice. My question, however, is where any particular commission, to be particular, this particular commission that was given the informal name the Janneh Commission, where would the Janneh Commission get its mandate from, its core mandate from?
Well, there is nothing like core mandate. There's nothing like it. That I disagree with. If indeed you believe that there is a core mandate, then the only thing that would be core would be something that would be derived from the Constitution. I am saying that these instruments go together. You have the Constitution. It states a lot of things, you know. It's not only 2002. You have 2000 and this is just to give you an example. Yeah.
Perhaps if I could assist the direction of
No, sorry. If you allow me, I'll finish.
As you please.
Yeah. I say, for instance, the Constitution says a commissioner appointed.
What section are you referring to?
Section 3. So, sorry, Section 202, subsection 3.
Very well.
A commissioner appointed under Section 200 shall not be liable to any action or suit in respect of any matter or thing bona fide done or omitted to be done in the performance of his or her functions as a commissioner. Yeah, that is quite important.
I agree.
All right.
However,
I'll give you. Please, sorry.
That's fine. I appreciate.
I would be very happy if you allow me to finish.
I appreciate the context. However, I am trying to solicit certain specific facts to guide the committee to our destination.
Fact.
We do agree.
Yeah, but then you have been dwelling on law, as far as I know.
Indeed.
That's why I'm going to the law.
However,
I wouldn't usually go to the law.
as you please. Please guide us through the law.
I'm not here to give any lecture or anything. Although I should. I don't know. Frankly, I don't recognize you. I mean, what's your name, please?
Mr. Janneh, with all due respect,
Well, they're presenting their names. Why shouldn't you present yours?
fair enough. I will give you my name. I will give you my name and the name of my.
I don't recognize you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am fully recognized here as somebody who is the doyen of the bar.
Indeed, I do recognize you as the doyen.
Yes. So, if you are a Gambian, you must give me respect with regard to that. The law.
Indeed.
Okay. So I am
Janneh, just
if we are talking about the law,
since you asked the
and
question,
comparison,
Mr. Janneh, if I may,
comparison concerning mandate,
if I may,
I have to read it. If you allow me, of course. Sorry, Mr. Chair, if you allow me.
if I may, Mr. Janneh,
Because
I would like
running the show here. I want to.
yes.
I want to look at the
Witness. The witness has posed the question to me. I would like to answer that question for the witness.
Yeah.
If the chair would allow me. You posed the question to me, Mr. Janneh, and even though I am not the witness for today, I would afford you the courtesy because you are the doyen of the bar. My names are Lamin M. Biba,
Okay.
and I am lead counsel to the Special Select Committee.
Okay. I'm very pleased to
meet your acquaintance. The pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
I would like to communicate that the Special Select Committee has a specific mandate, and with all due respect, I do understand that you are an individual with a specific prowess, especially in the navigation of law. However, we would like to clear our doubts as a committee as to certain issues. And one of those issues is, perhaps I can put my question as simple as possible. When the Janneh Commission wants to find its functions, what it was tasked to do by the President pursuant to Section 200, where does the Janneh Commission refer to?
it refers to the TOR, the Commissions of Inquiry Act 1903, as well as the Act of Parliament.
I have my answer, but you could go on what you wanted to guide the committee on earlier, as you please.
Yes, I will go. In fact, this is part of what might elaborate on your question, on your last question. You see, for instance, if you look at 2, I'm just giving you a few instances.
That is section 2 of the Commissioners of Inquiry Act. Subsection 2 of section 2.
Section 202. All right.
Are you referring to?
Sorry, it's a subject of 204. Sorry, 204
of the Constitution.
Of the Constitution. A person against whom any such adverse finding has been made may appeal against such finding to the Court of Appeal as of right, as if the findings were a judgment of the High Court. Now, I've read that to make it known by the honorable members that throughout where this Constitution has not been specific, we have been following as closely as possible the High Court of the Gambia. And the justification is that in so many parts here, the Constitution has referred to the High Court. And I will give you the instances. And this is one of them. You have to look at, the appellant has to look at our judgment or at our findings, our rulings or whatever. As if, and I repeat, as if, I'm reading from the Constitution, as if the finding were a judgment of the High Court, and on the hearing of the appeal, the report shall be treated as if it were such a judgment. That's only one. Now you'll see that the High Court features again at section 205. A witness before a commission of inquiry shall be entitled to the same immunities and privileges as if he or she were a witness in proceedings before the High Court. And that's not all. Yeah. Here, this one is particularly interesting for the honorable members. Maybe the honorable members will do something about it.
Proceed.
And I believe it's also in the Commission of Inquiries Act of 1903. For so many years, there was neglect of this provision. It states, an act of the National Assembly may make further provisions for the purposes of this chapter, that the chapter deals with commissions of inquiry, and subject to any such act which has not been passed for so many years, over 100 years. The power conferred by any law to make rules of court, you see, here again, we are dealing with rules of, we are dealing with the High Court and other courts, in fact, for the superior courts shall be deemed to include power to make rules regulating the procedure and practice of all commissions of inquiry. That's why I say it is very important. No such rules occur. So one has to be guided as much as possible by the rules of the High Court. Not that I'm saying that they govern the commission, but that's the only practical way to deal with this problem.
Thank you, Mr. Janneh. The committee will not be looking at the proceedings proper of the commission, at least not today. The committee is interested in today is in preliminary activities, the setup of the commission. However, I would like to take you back to section 202, 1, 2A and B. As you had earlier mentioned.
Yes, a commission of... that's the one I just read.
Yes, you read it, so no need to read it again.
Yeah.
You had earlier mentioned that that is where the mandate of the commission can be found. And to deduce from the provisions of section 2021, to my mind, please feel free to confirm.
Sorry?
To my mind.
To your mind, yes.
Feel free to confirm.
Yes.
Or deny.
Yes.
There are two important elements of section 2021. The first being that a commission of inquiry shall make a full and impartial investigation, and then the second, to my mind once more, shall be that the commission shall furnish in writing a report. This is, of course, to the president. Two very important elements.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yeah, very. I agree. And I would add that, in fact, the Commission of Inquiry does not have to present only one report. Although the Janneh Commission, I say the Janneh Commission because it's there, right behind you.
I'm behind you.
And
too.
it's for convenience. Oh, I'm behind you too. Okay, so I'm free to use the Janneh Commission.
As you will.
Okay. Now the Janneh, with the Janneh Commission, you know, as I've explained to you, you don't have an act like the TRRC Act. You don't. There is a TRRC Act, and in fact, I brought it with me.
Mr. Janneh, I am very interested in that. However, if you would indulge me and put a hold on that until later in today's testimony, I am indeed very interested in that, and the committee is, and I will allow you the latitude to explain that in detail, especially with regards to the inner workings of the commission because of its setup. Because it was set up by a legal notice, it had budgetary consequences. But before that, if you may permit me, can we go back to...
No, I want to understand, you mentioned budgetary...
Indeed, I did mention budgetary implications.
Yes.
However, I did also say that the committee would be interested in getting some facts, especially as to the way the commission was set up as a identity of the commission. However, that would be for later. For now, before we get there, to MOJ 5A, which should be on your right somewhere. That is the order from the High Court.
Yes, MOJ 5A, yeah, I get it.
When perused,
Sorry?
when gone through and looked at,
Yeah.
MOJ 5A is a court order laying custody of several assets to several individuals. Yeah. And I would detail out that an institution as the Gambia Livestock Management Agency, Marketing rather, Agency, was given the responsibility of managing, or rather of having custody of all domestic animals, if I may put it that way, all livestock. Further, an institution like the ministry or the department responsible for parks and wildlife was entrusted with custody of the wild animals. At the Registrar General, all the lands and I believe shares, and so forth and so on. Of course, we had an official receiver appointed by this order. What the committee wants to understand is, what was your relationship, rather, if I can backtrack, what was the commission's relationship with these institutions?
First, you mentioned livestock. I think.
Say that again?
You mentioned livestock.
Yes, livestock.
What was the well, I'm taking them one by one. Okay, livestock.
Indeed.
Which other?
So first, the livestock was bestowed upon the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency.
Yes.
What was the commission's relationship with the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency in its first few days of establishment, or months of establishment?
Livestock? Honestly, I cannot remember any relationship.
What I'm getting at,
unless you...
Perhaps if I can give you the benefit of context.
Sorry, yes?
If I can give you the benefit of context.
Yes.
The order, which is MOJ 5A, is an order sought by the government to preserve the assets that the commission would be dealing with, in basic terms. And in preserving those assets, the court bestowed upon those assets to individual institutions and persons. If you could permit me to change the battery on my mic, I'm being urged to do so.
Right.
Bestowed upon custody of the upon the establishment by the court order.
Yes.
That is to preserve it pending the establishment of the commission.
Yeah. Is that here pending?
It doesn't say that in the order. I am.
Okay. Well,
you can either confirm or deny.
No, I just want to know whether that is in the order.
The order
pending
is
the creation of the commission.
The order lasts for 180 days. I am inferring, I'm making inference from the order that perhaps the order was made. You need not comment on the inference, but what the committee would like to know is, upon resuming office as commissioners, what was the commission's relationship with these institutions that are earlier highlighted?
Well, I've said that as far as I know, we had no specific relation. No. So that's the answer. As far as I know, we didn't have any special relationship with...
There was no special...
with livestock or the other institutions you are talking of.
At any point, did the commission come into contact with any of these institutions that I have mentioned?
Oh, I mean, in the course of the commission, we dealt with so many institutions. So
specifically to
it's not
these.
possible for me to remember.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
Fair enough. We
So
can
much,
move on.
Like, we even made suggestions relating to some of these institutions for them to do. That was part of our job, I think. Although not mentioned in the white book.
Indeed, we will get to the white book and reports
Yeah.
eventually, perhaps on a different day.
Okay.
However, perhaps you could guide the committee. But before we do that, Honorable Chair, perhaps with the benefit of advice from the witness, would you want to take a break at this moment? If not, I could proceed.
Yes. Mr. Janneh?
Yes, I
You
don't
want
mind.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I was here on time. In
Yes.
fact, before time. I hope you realize that.
Yeah, we know. We are
Thank you
aware.
very much. Yeah. I wasn't late at all.
You are not late at all. We are aware that you were here earlier.
Okay. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
That's fine. So we can take a break of 15 minutes?
10 minutes should
10
do.
minutes?
10 minutes is all right.
10 minutes. Okay, that's fine.
Thank
Meeting
you,
adjourned for
Honorable
10
Chair.
minutes.
Yeah.